Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Today we are going to study the chapter number 2, the living world. Explanation. There are many kinds of plants and animals around us. They show some similarities and some differences, yet with the help of certain features, we can tell that they all are living things. Characteristics of living things. Such features are said to be the characteristics of living things. Number 1, growth. A baby grows up to become an adult person, men or women. During the period of its growth, the baby gains in height, weight, and strength. In the same manner, all animals grow into adult in a certain period. Generally, humans require 18 to 21 years for this growth. Growth in plants. Activity. Tie a thread to the tip of a potted sapling. Keep the thread stretched and tie it to the peg or a nail above the plant. Observe after 10 to 15 days. Observe after 10 to 15 days. Observation. What can we see? We see that within the 10 to 15 days, the plant has grown taller. The thread has become loose. We could conclude that in all plant, it is mainly width and height of the stem that grows. Though all living things grow, animals grow only for a certain period. Plants, on the other hand, grow long as they live. The growth of living things means that the growth in all parts of the body. Food is necessary for growth. Synthesis of food in plants. Plants make their own food in sunlight. Plants produce food in sunlight. Plants produce food from water nutrients in the soil and the carbon dioxide present in the air. This process takes place in the leaves of plants. It is brought about in the presence of sunlight with the help of chlorophyll in the leaves. This process of food production is called photosynthesis. During this process, plant gives out oxygen. Plant appears mainly green in color due to the chlorophyll in them. Intake of food by animals. Animals, however, do not have chlorophyll. They do not produce their own food. They search for food. Animals such as goats, sheep and horses eat grass, while wild animals such as tiger and lion meats. Animals such their need for food by hunting other animals which live on plants. Respiration. Respiration is a characteristic of living things. Living things need oxygen in order to live. Inhaling oxygen and exhaling the carbon dioxide form in the body due to the uses of food, oxygen called respiration. Animals such as fish, snake, mouse, etc. have specific organ for respiration. On the other hand, plants respire by means of microscopic pores on their stem and leaves. Excretion. Excretion is a characteristic of living things. Waste substances are formed during the many processes that takes place in the bodies of animals. These are called excreta, and the process of eliminating excreta from the body is called excretion. Animals have a specific organ for excretion. Plants do excrete, for example, Some plants shed leaves in a specific season. Waste substances stored in the leaves of plants are shed along with the leaves. Now we will try this activity. Take a transparent plastic bag. Tie it over a leaf and plant as shown in the figure. Observe it after 6 to 7 hours. What do you see? We can see that droplets of water collect on the inside of the bag. It means that plants excrete water in the form of vapors. Responsiveness to stimuli and movement. Have you experienced this? What happened immediately after the following action? Light flashed suddenly into your eyes. Suddenly you felt a pinprick. The leaves of the mimosa plant were touched. At sunset, lamps on the street or courtyard are lit and insects gather around the lamp. All these actions are responses by living things. Responsiveness to stimuli is a characteristic of living things. Living things act in various ways when responding to a stimuli. If you suddenly enter a cowshed, the cows and buffaloes stand up, begin to move. One or two may even start moving. These are all movements. A creeper planted in the courtyard leans towards the support. A potted plant placed in a window grows towards the sunlight. It means that plants too show movement. Living thing moves of their own. The movement of the change or the change taking place in a living thing at such a time is their response to a stimuli. An event that occurs in surrounding is a stimulus. The ability of living thing to respond to a stimulus is called their responsiveness to stimuli. Reproduction. Reproduction is a characteristic of living things. The process by which a living things generate a new living thing like itself called a reproduction or procreation. All living things produce the living things like themselves. Some animals give birth to their young ones. Some lay eggs. Their young ones hatch out of these eggs. New plants are produced from the seed, stem or leaves of plants. Animals give birth to young ones, cow, horse and goat. Animals lay egg, most of the birds. Reproduce by seeds, mango, guava. Reproduce by stem, rose, show flower. Reproduce by leaf, bryophyllum, a definite lifespan. At a certain stage of life, living things become capable of reproduction. After the reproduction stage, their organ becomes weak and still later, the life comes to an end. In other words, living things die. The lifespan of a different animal and plants are different. For example, the lifespan of a dog is about 12 to 18 years, while the ostrich lives for 50 years. A cellular structure. Now you may have wondered that exactly the living things are, how they come into being and so on. Living things are made of small units called cells. All the action and process in the bodies of living things are brought about with the help of the cells. These microscopic cells. Some living things are made up of single cell. These are called unicellular organisms. On the other hand, the living things that are made up of many cells are called multicellular organisms. The amoeba and some other microorganisms are unicellular, while man, cow, mouse, cockroach, elephant, banyan tree, the onion plant, etc. are all multicellular organisms. Cellular structure is the main characteristic of living things, even though the number of cells may vary. Usefulness of plants and animals. Useful living things. Plants are used for household as well as industrial purposes. For example, fenugreek, methi, potato, okra, bendi, apple, banana are used as food, while vasaga, edulsa, hirada, bheda, asparagus are used as medicines. Animals are also useful to us. Dogs, cats, cow, buffalo are kept for domestic uses. Fish, sheep, fowl are used as food, while animals like horses, oxen, and camel prove useful in various occupations. The earthworm is very useful in agriculture. Harmful living things. Some animals and plants around us are harmful to men. For example, mosquitoes and flies spread diseases. Cockroach, mice, rat destroy our food. Lice, ticks also spread diseases. The bites of some poisonous lizards, spiders, snakes, and scorpions can even cause death. If wild elephant enter human settles, they can cause a lot of destruction. Some plants too can be harmful, as for example the dodder. Parthenium and other weeds, pods of the nettle, colocasia, leaves cause itching. Plants like oleander, lantana have strong odors. The datura plant is poisonous. Uncontrolled growth of fungi, algae in water pollutes drinking water and may cause diseases. Wild animals. Wild animals. Wild animals that hunt other animals for food are called predators. For example, tiger, lion, wolves, leopard. Sometimes, due to deforestation, such animals enter human settlements in search of food and may kill domestic animal or people. Summary. Growth, respiration, excretion, reproduction, responsiveness, two stimuli, movement, a definite lifespan, and a cellular structure are the characteristics of living organisms. Animals grow for a certain period. Plants, however, grow as long as they live. Animals have specific organs for respiration, while plants respire through microscopic pores on their leaves and stem. The process of eliminating waste product from the body is called excretion. All living things have the ability to reproduce. Living things move because of their ability to respond to stimuli. Plants show spontaneous movement, but they cannot leave their place to go elsewhere. as animals do. Living things have a definite lifespan at the end of which they die. Many animals and plants are useful to us in our daily life. Some animals and plants can be harmful to us. The smallest unit of living things is the cell. Assalamu alaikum, jazakallahu khair.